Bonsoir, ooh la la, Alma will sing for France at Eurovision 2017.
Embrasse-moi, dis-moi que tu m'aimes. Fais-moi sourire au beau milieu d'un requiem. Embrasse-moi, dis-moi que tu m'aimes. Fais-moi danser jusqu'à ce que le temps nous reprenne. Ce qu'il a donné, un an, 2 ans, 100 ans de bonheur. Plus la vie te caille comme une fleur. Fais-moi marrer, j'en ai besoin. En attendant que sonne l'heure.
You guys, today France announced that Alma will sing Requiem at Eurovision 2017, and the comment section on our website exploded. Chris, what are your comments?
Oh, merci France, merci Eduardo, merci Alma. I really, really like this song. It's probably my favorite right now. I just love the fact it's a little off kilter. It's a bit, it's just offbeat at times. It's very kind of Indila meets Stromae meets Alma. Because I do think, it's quite obviously kind of a song that she would perform. She's a new artist, but I could imagine seeing her doing this kind of song and making it work. It's very current French pop. It's not something where it's a bit dated like N'Oubliez Pas. It's very much in the vein of Amir. It's carrying on his legacy. I think that France are destined for the top 10, and it's crazy to say this only knowing 8 or 9 songs at the moment, but I 100% really believe in this song, and it just keeps on playing over and over again in my head. I sound like a really excited fanboy, but I really am right now. So, yeah, vive la France.
Yeah, if your idea of French pop is something like Loin d'ici, you probably won't like it because it is very modern. It is. A lot of people are seeing a Stromae influence, especially his song Tous les mêmes. That sort of the quirky strings, and she's bringing her own style to it. It does have. I mean, this is exactly the sort of music that's in the French pop charts at the moment. They are sending something which I think represents contemporary France. And unlike Twin Twin, who was also said to resemble Stromae's Papa Ute, I don't think we'll quite see the same issues with her performance. There's a live video of her, and she's a little bit wonky, but people are saying it's one of the first times she's performed it live. She's got a long time to improve on it. So when Amir turned up in Stockholm, he'd obviously, how they were envisioning him to sing it live wasn't quite within his ability, and they quickly sort of rearranged it to fit. I think they will have learned from that, and when she shows up in Kyiv in May, she'll be ready to perform it.
This is just so French, and I don't mean, a picture of the Eiffel Tower and a baguette. I mean Jean-Paul Sartre, I mean savoir-faire, like that high class, like very intelligent, artsy-fartsy France that so many people love and aspire to. I'm talking black and white movies. I'm talking Jules Agim realness. I want to read you some of the lyrics that one of our readers translated and put on the website. This is from the song Kiss me, tell me you love me, make me smile in the middle of a requiem. Kiss me, tell me you love me, make me dance till the time comes round for us again. That's what it gave me. That is deep, that is beautiful. It's a little OTT. I just love how she's breathy and yet clearly powerful. I like that she's speaking, kind of quickly, but she's in control. She's got a lot going for her. She also looks amazing in the video. She's doing some avant-garde walk-on-walls stuff on the skyscrapers. A lot of thought has gone into this. I just find it really captivating. And some people have said, oh, I don't remember the melody a few minutes later. Well, I do. I can tell it to you right now. And the thing is, I want to hear it again after it, it goes off. It doesn't have that pow wow moment like Jamala with a big tree exploding in the background, but it still has this quality that makes you want to hear more. And I think last year, J'ai Cherché sounded great in the studio, but was not as good live. Whereas this sounds good in the studio, but will be better live, so long as she nails it, and she can nail it with time. I'm feeling very optimistic. This isn't a pop song. It's kind of like art, and that sounds so pretentious, and I'm embarrassed that I even just said that. But I'm gonna stick by my guns. This doesn't feel cheap or disposable. It feels contemporary now, mainstream but edgy at the same time.
I think my one concern, if I have one, is that perhaps it's just a bit too chart mainstream pop friendly, which I mean, it's crazy saying this, but sometimes you do need to Eurovision a song a little bit. And I just worry maybe there's not a wow moment. I can't imagine which bit you'd put in a recap to make this stand out. I think it works perfectly as like a 3-minute piece, but I think there's a problem maybe where it doesn't have that punch moment like 1944, or even with J'ai Cherché, that long U note that Amir sometimes hit, sometimes didn't. I think it needs maybe something a little bit like that, and I just don't know whether it has it at the moment. I think the juries will definitely appreciate this because it is a legitimate pop song.
I think when you look at the video, it's very French, very romantic. And I think that sort of might suggest the direction they're going in. There are some countries that do well when they play to their strengths, even if they can be quite cliche, like Italy does best when it's being very Italian, like Il Volo. And I think this is a very French song. It represents the things about France that people like, that sort of romantic Paris and the Eiffel Tower and the terraces, and everything's very lovely. And if they can sort of capture that feeling in the staging, that will do a long way to overcome the sort of, maybe if the song's feeling too modern, that can help make it more relatable for the audience.
I'm really seeing a visual climax. If you think about the LEDs and lighting, you know, with Angoon, they got it wrong. The staging was abysmal. It was truly horrific. Yet with Patricia Cass, it was very simple and very stirring, and they came top 10. Like, I mean, this is such an obvious statement. You need good staging to do well at Eurovision. But I think this lends itself to that. Because in the video, she clearly has some choreo skills. You see her bobbing. You see her kind of doing her thing, working. She's very camera aware and very confident. And so I think she can work an LED wall at the same time she works an LED floor. I'm not sure I would put her on stage alone. But then again, dancers might... Oh God, I don't know what to think. I just know that the potential is there, and I trust that France will give, a lot of thought to staging, especially after Amir, because I know, the staging was a little shaky and people were criticizing it, even criticizing the content of the staging. And so they're going to approach that with extra care this time around.
I don't know whether or not they'll add English, because it again, it's that kind of like, will the audience latch onto it if it's entirely in French? It certainly worked for Zoe. I mean, the televote loved Zoe. But I just don't know whether or not it needs that little, maybe one hook in English, maybe just something. But again, at the moment, I love it as it is, but I'm coming at this from a Eurovision fan perspective. I enjoy songs in other languages. Not everybody watching is going to be like that. So I don't know. I think that it could do with something like that. But again, that's my whole, it needs a bigger ending or something like that.
It might be okay with the language, because Requiem is a word that kind of works in English, and I think in other languages too. And there are phrases like embrasse-moi, which I think are reasonably well-known. Kiss me, and it's one of those things you learn in French quite early on.
It's essential.
And I think maybe just the attitude will overcome a lot of the lyrics. It'll just be like a kind of a cool French song. You don't really need to know what she's singing about. I'm not sure that the English lyrics would make it more relatable. It might even have the reverse effect.
And a final point, Eduardo Grossi stressed to me when he was sending the information over that this is the radio edit, this is not the 3-minute Eurovision edit. Like, it obviously, the official video is 3 minutes, but, there's room to change things. So who knows? Embrasse-moi, touche-moi, let's do this. In any case, that's what we think. What do you think? Is it a yes? Is it a we? Is it wiwibloggs.com? Let us know here on wiwibloggs.
And make sure to like this video.
And subscribe.
S'il vous plaît. See you later. Bye.
Au revoir.
Bye.